Hello! Welcome to Down with Dragons here on Monsters of Roll on Twitch. I am DM Scott, with me as always.
Killian, playing Maven Corpseflower, a Circle of Spores druid, off to find a new horizon, a new adventure, and a new child? We'll see.
And Mick, playing Callan Den, a warlock / bard / non-consensual knight of one of the dragon gods. Finding the world a little more complicated every day.
And Chris, playing Viet, ranger, scout, thief, dungeon delver, a little bit of barbarian, and mostly clueless and lost.
And leader of a traveling civilian.
A non-consensual leader.
Non-consensual
leader. Yes.
Fair.
Down with Dragons
fair.
theme of the week.
So apparently, last week was about non-consensual. This week, it's all about consensual. Just to keep the themes good.
Fair.
So, announcements. Killian, out in the field, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I hear you loud and clear. I'm reporting to you live from my bed today because I just got back from a business trip. The skies are hazy. It's a little, let's be honest, really damn hot out and humid, and it's just kind of a terrible Minnesota day, but you know, it's better than being in Wisconsin, am I right?
Yeah, you're right, Killian.
Canada,
No offense
Wisconsin. Okay, I see how this is going.
No offense to any of our Wisconsin viewers. We love you very much. No inspiration today that I know of, but to be fair, I did just walk in the door a few minutes ago.
You did get
but if you would
inspiration
like to
last
give
game.
us... You
got inspiration last game for the Lahoon
I did.
story retelling.
I did get inspiration last game. Okay, well, I have one inspiration to give out. It's to Killian, who, me? Yes, you, for telling...
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe it. It's amazing. For telling stories to the children around the campfire. I will pop that inspiration in my back pocket and probably use it this session because I'm greedy and I like rerolls. If you would like to give us inspiration, we like to give it to each other, but if you'd like to give it to us as well, I don't like the way I phrase that.
Phrasing?
Yeah, honestly, phrasing.
Killian, I'm hearing from the producers. Can you reword that?
If you'd like to bend us over and give us some inspiration.
Whoa!
You can contact us in the banner down below on Twitter and Facebook using the hashtag inspiration. Tell us who it's for. Tell us why you want to give it to us. Or you can also give it to DM Scott so that he can have some rerolls in the campaign. Makes things interesting, keeps it funky fresh. We love hearing what you like and what you don't like. Also, if you don't get enough Dungeons and Dragons in your life, and let's be honest, no one has enough of it in their lives, you can check out our sister program, Dungeon Patrol, at www.dungeonpatrol.com. They put out a video pretty much every Sunday. They're hilarious, they're fun, and they're sponsored by us. Well, we sponsor each other. Well, we're part of the same production. I don't know. I like them. We like them. Go watch their content. It's been it's been just a humdinger of a week out here in the field, I gotta be honest with you, but I'm glad to be here, glad to know ya, and I'll get back to you in the studio there. Scott, how's it going?
Oh, good, real good. Thank you, Killian, in the field. We did lose our PG-13, so...
I'm not even sorry.
I'm not even sorry. So, yeah, it's been a week. I can empathize. It's been a busy one for me, too. But thankfully, it's 7 o'clock. It's Friday. And we can get together and have some fun make-believe and kill things and have a fun story and hopefully make somebody cry. Not necessarily consensual crying. Consensual crying.
As a free action. Yeah.
Yeah. Free action. All right. So, last we left off, there was a lot of things, a lot of baggage being unpacked. we're going to jump in as we zoom over the very misty, foggy landscape to the next morning from where we left off. The small camp has been all kind of what little there was to pack up, bags repacked, everything restowed, everything internalized. And you all have been moving about half a day now. And as you're traveling, Viet, where are you at as this traveling is happening?
He would have gone out in front again and be scouting.
Yeah. Why don't you roll me
Away from all these people.
Yeah, I get that.
Manny and Fenris have the back. They've got the rear guard, so we're safe
yeah,
there.
they're bringing up draw, you know. Roll me either a survival check or a perception check, depending on what you feel his main objective is. He's just trying to kind of make a good, safe trail, then go with survival. If he's just in general moving north, keeping an eye out, go with perception.
Moving north, keeping an eye out. He's a dwarf. He doesn't move that fast.
I just realized I'm wearing a green shirt. This was the worst thing to wear.
If it makes it feel better, I change almost every single time right before I jump on here because I'm like, all right, I'm green. All right, change.
I am going to change my shirt, but I'm listening. My shirts are like 2 feet that way.
19.
19. All right, perfect. So you're moving, listening, keeping an eye out. It's hard to see. The mist is thick. And it's been probably at this point, it's hard to tell, but still time is passing. You're getting at least, even if it's hazy light, a rough estimation. It's probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You guys have all been moving for pushing on probably about 8 hours almost at this point. And behind you, you hear a twig snap. And you quickly, because you're paying attention and looking around, you see the human who's been constantly talking to you. He's got some just standard commoners clothing. He's got a pack over his shoulder. He does have some furs.
Leo?
This is Leo. Yep,
Yeah, I don't know his name, but
you don't.
but
But this is
Leo.
for,
This is the dude, Annoying dude. Okay.
yeah. And I mean,
Or
he's
annoyed.
tall.
Annoying and or annoyed. Yes.
I'll give you a little bit more description. He's about a little over 6 foot, brown hair. He has kind of the longer hair, and he has that kind of tied back ponytail look, dirty beard. And as he steps, you turn real quick and look and kind of half getting ready, and he just has his hands kind of up, just Viet, sir, sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I was wondering, out of curiosity, I think people could use a break, maybe. We've been moving pretty heavily, and I don't know if you've been looking or not, but we don't have a lot of food for the group we have, and this group isn't, I would say, good for rationing as it's been so far. We haven't really addressed that, and I haven't seen. Like, have you been looking for game while we've been moving? And he just sees you still ready. He's like, puts his hands up a little higher, and he's like, I am just asking. I can go back with the rest.
If you think we should stop, then we will stop. Yes.
If
Viet will start walking back towards the group.
And he's all right. Glad you approve. Should we send out some people for hunting, or
Have you talked to Lady of Thorns? Is she still hoarse?
at the moment I think there are children on her? Yeah. I was just curious. I was checking with you before, kind of trying to start anything.
Are there hunters?
There are a few. Unfortunately, kind of looking through the mist, he's like, it's going to be hard to track game in this, to be honest.
I can go and help with them, yes.
Oh, I mean, your expertise absolutely would be appreciated. Should we go back and?
Viet is already walking. Has been walking back towards the.
He's like, oh, okay.
He's still walking.
He you hear him kind of catch up a little bit. And he's, like I said, probably 6'2", 6'3". He's, walking next to you. And I got to say, I really appreciate what you and everybody has done for the group. You stuck your neck out for us, and you all didn't have to. I just wanted to say, decent of you.
Keeps walking.
Yeah. I like it. Man, a few words of more action, and kind of quietly just walks with you.
Viet is probably tugging pretty hard at his beard at this point.
Fair. So, Callan.
Yes.
Where are you at right now?
Oh,
The group is steadily moving, but where are you? Are you within that area?
Every once in a while I will check in with Murdit to make sure he's okay, but not necessarily, tied at the hip with him anymore. Helping out, making sure everybody's okay. I think if an issue like being hungry and maybe hunting came up, that would be something Callan would love to take up just for the distraction of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that hasn't quite come up yet, but you have heard a few conversations here and there, people talking about what we're going to do for food, like how much do you have? Just little side conversations like that as the group's moving. And very quickly, as those conversations come up, Leo specifically, throughout a lot of the travel, he's like, nothing to worry about. He's like, we've got good people with us. We'll have plenty. Just trust in them. They're keeping us safe. And at a certain point, he does go off ahead. During all of this, Murdit seems to be very much happy-go-lucky. Like the first time you saw him, he's actually been playing with the kids and distracted them, playing kind of tag, running around, trading kids off of Maven's back as she's a horse, and kind of giving all the kids a turn riding, but also kind of distracting them from the fact that you're all walking in the mist. Anybody seen those movies? It's like, this is creepy. And so he's very much kind of making light of things and just trying to keep the kids distracted as moving forward. And it's distracting quite a few adults too, you can see people are getting nervous, and all of a sudden, Murdit will do something with the kids and make a fool of himself and kind of fall into the mud and act like the kids overpowered him, just anything just to keep things distracted and light. Maven, you're a horse. How's it going?
So it's going great. I love being a horse.
Yeah, stamp once for good, twice for bad.
So part of what I talked about last session with some of the people in our group is that as we walked, I would point out forageables for them to put in their packs, and I was wondering if I need to do a survival check or something.
Absolutely. So yeah, because you can only maintain that shape for so long. Right. So you can continue to do it, but you have to take a break from time to time. And so you find those right moments when you find some stuff and it's like, hey, these are some great berries, or these are, so roll me a survival with advantage, because I'll say as you are shifting in between being a horse and animals and stuff like that, you can smell things better. I'm assuming that's an amazing roll. I can't wait.
With advantage. I got a 6.
Perfect. Okay.
Please tell me I poisoned someone.
Can you let the DM? Jeez. Wow. So, you do find some berries, and you do, you get the sense of what they are, and right away you're like, oh man, these are an amazing berry, very hardy. These grow in almost any environment. They're great for you. Taste a little bitter,
right?
But they're good for you. And you remember, like, I lived off these, you know, like berry tea and berry, this particular, what is the berry from the Deadwoods that Maven is thinking that these are? I'm letting you name them.
I think they're called. I think they're called kaiju berries.
Kaiju berries.
Kaiju berries. Unassuming, like all kaiju.
Yeah. They're great. They grow from volcanic openings in the ground. Yeah, and so you kind of pick some of these and all that, and do you try any of them when you're kind of talking about them and just like, hey, these are good stuff? Yeah, 100%. Okay, so you eat a couple, and you kind of pass them out to some of the kids and some of the adults, stuff like that. Roll me a percentile, just real quick.
Yep. Do
you want? Oh, before you roll, have you rolled already?
No.
High or low?
Ooh, high.
Okay, roll.
68.
Good.
So close to nice.
So, you do, like, as you kind of pass them out, like, these are great. Like, Deadwoods, we eat them all the time. We make, we use them to flavor stews a little bit or some teas, blah, 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 blah. You hand them out. And everybody kind of who eats them kind of, oh, wow. Like, those are really kind of like, that's bitter, but like, oh, there's a nice kind of sourish aftertaste. And you're like, no, there's no sour. And you kind of take a handful and pop them in your mouth. And yeah, they're sour. Yeah, after that bitter kind of goes away and it kind of lasts for a while. We're going to remember that.
Yeah. Oh, no.
We'll see if it ever comes up again.
Well, yeah, I wonder if it will.
Past
Hey,
season.
you never know.
We lost track in the mists.
If you could only tell the difference between sour and bitter now, it would save you. No. So, one of these breaks when handing out some of the berries you found, and like there's a kind of a mixed reaction. Some people are like, oh no, I kind of like the sour, and they're eating a couple more. And then there's some people who are like, oh nope, you can have mine. That's when Viet and Leo come back, and kind of Leo. Viet was thinking on the same wavelength as what we are, and we should probably take a good break. We've been moving for probably 8 hours or roughly, and we should try to do a little see if there's any game in the area. Is there anyone who has any expertise or would like to try to come with in a group for game? Like, we'd appreciate any help, anyone who has any expertise. And kind of he just stands there with you, Viet, kind of awkwardly in between him and the group. He kind of almost held you up to be like he's pointing to you as he's talking about all this. And I'm going to roll a dice. There's about 5 people who kind of raise their hand and step forward. A couple guys, a couple women all step forward, and they're like, it's like, oh, I've hunted, or my father used to take me out, and so it's like a couple people.
It's gonna sit down for a minute,
and he'd be like, as you can see, you should check your gear, take a moment, rest for a little bit, and then the group will head out. Viet is going to lend some of his expertise to us as well, he said. And so we'll camp here for a short time while we look for game. Is there anybody else who is looking to potentially help out?
I would very much like to do that.
Have we seen any signs of game at all along this trail so far?
Roll me a perception. Mm-hmm. Just a flat perception.
That's a 2.
You haven't. But here's the thing. Now that, like, you've heard people talk about it, but every time you start to think about it, Murdet comes through and you just like, he's such a good guy, you know? It's like, he's great with kids, like, you know? And you kind of, and then you're like, crap, yeah, that's right. No, you haven't, I mean, and then right now you start to even think about that. There's no birds and insect sounds or anything right now. So Maven is stepping forward to the hunting group. Is Callan coming or is Callan staying?
Callan is handing off the ornamental scepter of Electa Valdon to Murdet so he can play like stickball with the kids, and then he's going hunting.
Okay. Yeah, and Murdet kind of takes it and he's like, awesome, this will be great. We'll enjoy it. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the group. I'll keep them all together. We're all good. Like, it's fine. And he kind of turns around like, right, kids? He's like, all right, find me some pine cones. We need something, to use. And kids start to scatter, go through like people's packs and just start looking for stuff.
Yet is casting Primeval Awareness.
Okay.
So picking up the dust and breathing in deeply and listening and expanding his awareness.
Does that have a specific thing you look for each time you do it, or does that just let you know in general? I can't remember.
So it just lets me know in general. It's a sense.
It's a sense.
Tapping into the natural world sense.
Yep. Okay.
Within a mile.
So within a mile. Yep. You send out that kind of awareness as you take the dirt, sniff it, rub it into your hands, and there's not a lot of wildlife. There's the rare small game.
It's not even for wildlife. It's just detecting unnatural things within a mile.
Okay, that's what I was looking for clarification. I didn't know because I know. Yeah.
Sorry. Yep. No.
Aberrations,
it's okay. Celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead within 1 mile.
Okay.
No direction. Just whether or not.
So not even not even wildlife. So in general, it's just I'll still keep the wildlife thing just because it's sparse, but anything that is the things that you normally, there's nothing. So it feels safe enough to go look, but you also get that sense of like there's not a lot out here. Roll me a survival check while you're doing this.
Be a 7.
7? Okay. Nope. Sticking with what I told you. So as Leo kind of starts to gather some equipment and kind of go through and talk to each person who's coming with, checking their stuff and making sure, like, all right, you know, what do you have? Do you have a bow? Do you have, kind of going through and outfitting, making sure everyone's ready. And occasionally even going back to the group of civilians is like, does anyone have an extra bow? Or, anything like that. It's trying to make sure everyone's ready for hunting. You three have a moment right now. If there's anything you'd like to discuss, you don't have to. If you have nothing, say so. Otherwise, I'm just giving you the opportunity.
Yeah, Callan once again noticed he hasn't checked Seely's bandolier that she gave him.
Ah, okay.
So we're not finding any game, so it might be a good time to check if that has any help in it.
All right. So you start to go through all of that bandolier. So in one pouch, you pull out, there is a little small little case. The case itself looks to be made completely of metal, and looks to be like with just a simple kind of latched lock on it, shut. There is a tuning fork.
Okay.
There are 3 potions. Each one, and I gotta find where that is because, you know, it's important. And I had it. There it is. Okay. 3 vials. All 3 start off when you look at them, Callan, as gold liquid. But as you kind of look at it and kind of shake the liquid just a little bit, you see the gold in one bottle shifts to a silver and then back to gold again.
Okay.
And it has a label on it. Label says, Callan, for the long way around. Drink me. The next bottle is gold liquid that shifts into green colors and then back into gold. And there's a label on that one too. It says Maven. All knowledge gained comes with the pain of experience. Drink me. And the last one is gold liquid that shifts to blue, azure blue, and then starts to turn gold again, and the blue seems to almost fight back until it turns back gold. It says Viet. Only in the dark can the light shine your path. Drink me.
Okay. Is Maven still a horse?
At the
Am I
moment, she
still
is
lost?
sitting not too far from you as you're checking your gear and all this hunting party is getting ready. She
remember-
is kind of going like, you know,
If I remember, Silly said the tuning fork would help us find the boat, right? Is that the same
Yeah.
tuning
did
fork?
say that. Yep. And she also made reference to a thing that you shouldn't look too long at because it's super bright and it's weird and it's hard to explain, but it's kind of a key.
Huh.
What was that again?
Which part?
Well, that was related something with the boat and the key and the fork. Got it.
Oh yeah, because
Yep.
that's how we got to the island in the first place. Was that blinding light that almost killed all of us, and then we landed on the broken glass thing. Beach. That's the word. Beach.
Hmm.
So we're gonna drink the magic potion. I'm already gonna have the squirts. Let's try it.
Well, I haven't shared the
I mean, I don't
what
know.
I found yet. so-
You don't know nothing. This is
Yeah, I
all
don't know
Callan
anything.
going through his bags. Everyone's kind of because you going hunting. So you like Maven, you 100% know. You make sure everything's tied down good. You don't want anything making a weird clank or any of that. So everyone's kind of taking a moment to relax and check their gear, make sure it's good. And so Callan is doing the exact same thing, except he kind of at a moment suddenly was like, I still haven't looked through this. And he just kind of starts to go through his things, and it really doesn't make any thing that would make you pay attention because he's checking his gear.
Mhm.
All right. Viet's going to get up to his feet. Shift the ore rod into a boar spear. And stand there and wait for the 5 volunteers.
Oh, yeah. Did you find something? Think there's
No.
something out there?
No.
Yeah.
There is nothing out there. It should be safe to walk around.
Well, that's the thing. There's nothing out there. It doesn't even feel like there's animals, game to even hunt.
I was focusing on perception, but yeah, it's anyway. I was not hearing
Like
any.
your perception was high enough. You've seen that there have been animals in the area, but
They're
even your
dope.
awareness, like right now, they're scarce, but they're out there, just not a lot.
It will not hurt to look. They wish to look.
Hmm.
It might hurt to look, but I will go.
It
with
might.
Yeah.
Right.
So Callan doesn't need to gear up much more than that, but I think he might give a cue to anyone remaining behind as long as they're following the road or, setting up camp by the road or whatever trail. Along roads and trails, that's a good place to look for like wide leaf plants with big roots that are good for eating,
Okay.
forage
Yeah.
for stuff like that.
Roll me a survival check, just in general, to kind of give that guidance.
3.
To me. All right. So you kind of literally
fall-
give that much of a description of like, just look for plants with like a wide leaf, like their roots are really good just for eating. That is enough that many of the civilians, you can see that they're just like, okay, yeah. That can't possibly go poorly. So
We're not in the Deadwood, so it could be worse.
no, right, exactly. And you're not. I mean, this is the normal area of the world that is not covered in a weird, messed up mist with the aurora borealis at all times of the day. Right. So, yeah, that's great. So you all start to head out. Leo, kind of as the others, like there's 3 men, one a elf, one a tiefling, and one who is just regular human, and then Leo, and then 2 women. One is also a tiefling, and the other one looks to be some sort of half elf. She definitely has kind of that like facial structure of elven, but she looks to be of some sort of descent, darker skin. So they all look to you 3 and are kind of like, you want us to take the lead or want us to follow you? What are you thinking? Fan out right from here? Like, what do you think would be best? Kind of looking to all 3 of you.
I think I want to follow from behind. That just seems like my MO.
Okay. So Maven kind of is like, I'll just take up the rear. And Leo right away, he's like, yeah, anything we might scare up, she absolutely probably would be able to track down quicker than we could. I mean, she's been a horse. She's, she can, and he kind of just shakes that. That makes a lot of sense. And he just, thank you, Maven.
I go,
Okay.
You turned back into a horse? I thought
no,
you were
I
a
just
person
make
right
that
now.
noise.
Oh, okay. Okay. I just wanted to clarify the scene.
So what we could do, it's kind of foggy, so we can't see stuff on the ground. Let's walk in a row, just far enough away from each other to where we can see each other pretty solidly, and then kind of make a spiral search around the area where everyone else is camping. And if anyone sees anything, call it out, and then we just pursue what we see. At least that's how I think it should work.
I will be middle of line in case we scare big something.
Sounds good.
Leo just he's like, yeah, that sounds like a really good plan. Thank you, Callan. If you don't mind, maybe I'll stay far closer to the group, staying back, and that way maybe I can stay in a closer perimeter, and that way if you scare something up, maybe I can take the lead if it gets ahead of you versus if Maven needs to get it if it goes behind you.
Yeah.
We got this. We
Perfect.
got this.
Good thinking, Leo.
And he just I'm just
I can't
trying to
wait
do
to
my
kill
best, trying to
something.
fit in the plan.
Right on. So
Murder.
when we start, we'll make small circles, and then we will widen our perimeter and keep going out. And at some point, we'll either find something or come back.
All right. About how long, roughly, do you all want to try to do this for? Or is this the rest of the day?
I was going to say give it maybe till sundown.
The food situation's kind of desperate, so...
There's still food, but it's like you won't make it. And there are people who have been starting to think about that in the group. Sundown's an option. I'm just wondering for just the amount of time of the day.
Okay, you say sundown, so what time of day is it?
It's about 3 o'clock right now. So with the mist and where you're at, 7, it starts to get noticeably dark.
Yeah, that would be our natural limit, probably.
Okay. So about 4 hours, roughly.
Sounds good.
All right. I need 4 survival checks or perception, but all of them disadvantaged because of the mist. And no matter how well you're doing, you are not being as quiet as you could because not everyone here is a trained stealthy person. You are doing a really good for scaring up game, but not great for sneaking up on game. So your choice, just tell me which one you do. So we'll do everyone do 2 of them, and then I need volunteers. So 5 for Maven. 1.
No, I got a 17. Sorry, I was raising my hand.
Oh, I thought that was a 5 because I saw Chris's 1. So we have a 1. We have a 17. That 17 is good.
7 for survival.
And a 7 for survival. Viet, what was your 1? Which scale?
He's going to perception. He's trying to.
Okay.
He's on guard. He's not hunting. He's
making sure. Just making sure. And Maven, your skill was
survival.
Okay, just making sure. All right. I need another one.
Same.
Yep. You choose what skill, but I need another one.
Five survival.
Three perception.
Yep. Too loud. These people are loud. He's kind of pushing somebody down the line a little bit further. Getting too close. Viet is a little... Yeah.
Nice.
Viet's not having a good time. So
I got a 17 in nature.
No, perception or survival?
Oh. I guess I'll roll perception.
Just use your roll and add whatever one of those skills was.
Yep. Then that is a 23.
Okay, good. So I need 2 more. So I'm going to say Maven and Callan. You have had the best out of you 3.
I can do another perception.
If you'd like to.
I would.
They're all at disadvantage
right?
again.
They are still disadvantaged.
Yeah, that one was a 6. So.
And my third one was survival 5.
Okay. So, as this goes on, by the time it gets to nightfall, everyone kind of has the sense as you return of what very few animals you've heard, like a rabbit or something like that you scared up, nobody even could see it, you just heard it. And Viet spent a lot of time just ironically, and you haven't heard too much of this from him, just bitching about how this is not a well organized and greased machine of movement, and how you're being too and he's being too loud himself. You're being too loud, and just not a conducive, harmonized group. But Maven, by the end of it, has brought back
by a lot of dwarvish words.
Yeah. And there are, and let me make a quick roll. The woman who I said is probably half elven, darker skinned, unknown descent of elvish side of it. Every time you say something dwarvish, she just looks at you and just gives you a look of like, fucking really? You know? You bring back 2 like good sized like jackrabbits. And like they scared him up, and you took off as like a wolf or something like that, and were able to snatch them up. And so, after 4 hours of this hunt, 2 bunnies come back, which everyone honestly is very excited about. Like, oh my gosh, you know, it's like, and like a couple people are like, oh, we could do a stew. We'll just clean them, add both of them to it, and we'll do a nice stew, and it'll be great. And so they'll start up a fire and get that rolling. So that's...
Are these very large jacker? Are they bigger or smaller than a rat? Than a well-fed rat?
From my own personal experience, because where I work, I see jackrabbits by the gaggle every day. So I'm thinking like a large cat.
Cat.
Jackrabbits. I mean, good sized.
Needs fattening up.
I mean, these are acceptable to vet yet. I mean,
I'm talking on the side about a certain rat.
The rat. Yeah. Well, you can bring that up as so these jackrabbits get taken off, getting cleaned. Everyone's very appreciative to Maven as she brings it back, because the hunters look a little, both just a little low, but also like, especially the half-elven woman looks a little bitter of just as they come back and just not loving how this worked out. And Leo is very much just like, we're fine. This was good. As a group, this is the very first time we were all out there. We're not used to the kind of leadership and guidance that brought us here. We all have to just learn to work together. This will be great. Like, we still brought something home. That's better than nothing.
Yeah.
And a meal is going to be cooked. Everybody kind of pitches in some food, and food is prepared for the night. Any conversations, anything anyone would like to do?
I want to talk to Murda at some point, but we don't have to resolve that right away. After the whole dust up last session.
Yep. Okay. So do you want to do that in the first 24 hours, or do you want to let that simmer?
I'm going to let it simmer, but that's something that is on my to-do.
That is absolutely fair. Anybody else? Okay.
Viet's going to eat quietly, do another check, see if there's anything unnatural in the area.
Yep.
Brew himself up another dose of his tea.
Nothing in the
What
area.
is in your tea?
Then
That would be after a thing you'd have to talk about.
Oh, that's a secret, eh?
brewing up his tea, and then carefully rinsing out the glass or the cup and rolling up in a bedroll on the edge of the campfire and going to sleep.
Yep. So he has his own little, takes a little fire from the main campfire, makes his own little one, puts his own teapot in cooking gear, cleans everything thoroughly, and then just kind of at the edge of the firelight just turns over. And that's what you see that night. Anybody else noteworthy or to bed?
I'm doing the same thing that I did the night before. New stories for the kids. This one is The Marvelous Miss Maven. And all the kids are like, hey, that's you. I'm like, or is it? Wink. Just trying to keep their spirits up because I know that it's not
Yep.
the most ideal situation. So I think maybe Maven would also do finger puppets. If
the
she could find a
firelight
rock
and-
somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. and like do or shadow puppets, not finger puppets.
I knew what you meant in the firelight. Yeah.
Onto the rocks.
Yep.
And maybe do a
kind
little
of an
bit
evening show.
Yeah, just something fun for the kids.
Yeah. Do you have Druidcraft?
I do.
You can make the best one they've ever seen.
My fingers really do just turn into
birds. You make plants grow and help with scenery. Like you do all kinds of stuff. Absolutely.
Aww. Very fun.
Callan, anything noteworthy for you?
I am observing Maven's interactions with the kids. Specifically, how is Murdet receiving it?
Roll me an insight check, sir.
Ooh.
That is a dirty 0.
Oh, God. Here's the problem. Like you're kind of, as the evening goes on, everyone's eating the jackrabbit stew, and Murdet kind of is hanging out with a lot of the younger kids. They've kind of latched on a little bit while Maven was gone for those 4 hours, and then Maven starts to do the marvelous Miss Maven shadow puppet show.
Mm-hmm.
Callan, it's so good. Like, you didn't mean to get lost in this, but you were like every other kid, where like at moments where there was tension and all the kids go like, you're just so you're not sure about Murdet, because at the end of it you're like, how's Murdet doing? And he seems fine. He seems fine, you know. But you know what was good? That movie, you know. The CGI.
Just think what we could have done on the circuit, on the festival circuit, with those kinds of skills.
Honestly.
Right? And then the post-credits scene. Whoa!
I didn't see that twist at the end. It was so M Night. There's this night. Night.
Oh my god.
So anyway, that kind of wraps up that evening. The next day goes on. Who wants to take responsibility for the role for the next day's travel? It will be survival, kind of a repeat of the kind of similar stuff, unless anybody wants to add to the flavor of that day. But it'll be the same thing, traveling north, because you got over 2 weeks to go.
Oh yeah, Callan has to do this one. Yes.
Okay.
He's got to. I mean, he's got to contribute somehow. And that was actually a good roll. Wow. 17.
17, good day.
Yeah.
You make good, you know.
I did
travel.
good today.
You did.
You did.
Nothing holds you up. Nothing. I mean, the weather is, other than it's misty and all that stuff, nothing slows you down. Yeah, it's still a day there yet, but nothing is slowing you down more. And with the 17, you do find you find one deer. Still, for the amount of people, like 50 people roughly, and all, it's not a lot, but you're finding some food. Like there's a lot of people there who know how to try to stretch a meal and add their own food to it. Anybody want to add anything significant to the day, or do we go to the next one?
I think go to the next one.
Okay. So somebody make me a survival check for that day.
I'll go. Is it still at disadvantage, or that was just?
This is just a straight for the entire group. The goods, the bads, just a
18.
flat 18. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar to the day before. Nothing holding you up. You're making travel. You found a little food. Nothing enough to make sure everyone's fed heartily, but there's enough that if you're all being sparse, like no one's dying. But
Good.
But like around this day is the first day that like Leo will talk to all three of you kind of at the end of the night when everyone's in a good mood. You've done another shadow puppet show and everyone's happy and bedding down, that he kind of sits down near where you three are and his food supplies are getting low. We really need to find something significant. We have probably less than 3 days left before things start to get to where we don't have any food. I kind of have been quietly taking an inventory, and we didn't pack for this. Granted, the situation we're in, it's not like we could.
Checking my spells.
Skurgelk for everyone.
They're fake creatures once they're dead.
But we could cut off their meat while they're alive.
They
Yes.
disappear.
Oh, yeah.
They are magical constructs, basically.
While Maven is pondering, Viet will sneak a little bit more cracker over to her rat when she's not looking.
Right.
He'll take it. I mean, but while you're thinking of that, Maven, you will on that occasion just hear just like, you keep a good eye on him. He's gonna eat me. Look at him. There's moisture at the corner of his mouth.
You know, if you
He's licking his lips.
I might let him.
How many Skurg burgers do you think we can chop off one of those summoned Skurgelks before they notice?
Unfortunately, we tried to do this last time. Summoned things don't produce meat, they just disappear. So, but what I could do,
it's like Chinese. Like once you eat Chinese food, you're hungry an hour later. You know?
Oh, goes right
Sorry.
through. What I will do is I'm going to cast Conjure Animals. But instead of eating the animals I conjure, I want to conjure 3 wolves and send them out scouting for some game.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. They did really well with the zombies beforehand, and they're these horrible, nasty, dire wolves. I mean, dire, though, in the way of, like, dead and gross. So I think that they could scrounge up some
bit
good
on something. I don't know that we want to eat it.
They're fine. They're fake creatures.
Okay.
It's hygienic.
It's cleaner than your
mouth
mouth.
is like aloe. It's fine.
Give the rat another cracker.
Oh my god.
He'll just and this time you might even see the rat take it and just.
I poke
doesn't say
Daruk's
anything.
little tummy. I go, careful with those crackers. You're gonna get fat.
I'll be the best fed one here because he ain't taking me. I'll take him in his sleep before he takes me.
I'd like to see that, honestly. No offense, Via.
No offense to what? Being what?
Yeah, no offense to what?
I'm laughing with my rat. I'm just holding my rat and laughing. And looking at you. And I look from my rat to you, to my rat, and I just smile.
All right, so you're summoning and sending out your ghost wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Roll me. Okay. Roll me a survival check
Mm-hmm.
with advantage.
Okay.
I'm going to roll a DC check with advantage. You beat me. Maybe good things happen.
21, baby.
Oh, I haven't rolled.
Oh, well, I did.
What? You beat me. 5 and a 6.
Ew.
So, now roll me a percentile, seeing as you won.
We get a mountain lion. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, percentile. That is 88.
88. Good. All right. So these three wolves go out, and kind of that night, the hunting party really doesn't go out. You're like, let this try to work. And these three wolves drag back to camp a bear. This night, the group of like 50 plus people eats well. Pretty much the entire bear is used.
Mm-hmm.
But tonight, everyone's eaten well.
I want to save the bones because there's
Absolutely.
a lot of nutrients in the marrow.
Roll
I
me
also wanna
another
save the
survival
pelt.
check. This one's all you. With advantage. There's other people who see the value in that and would help.
First roll, not so good. So 14.
14. Okay. There's still quite a few bones and all that. We'll say you have at least one more day of a hearty meal.
Okay.
Where you can make a good like bone broth and stuff like that, where like you can make enough to sustain everyone one more day by doing that type of thing.
Cool. And I want to keep the pelt for bedding for whoever needs it. It's going to take a while to dry, but once we get to where we're going, I figure it might be worth it.
Yeah. All right.
Do I need to roll for that too?
Nope. That was part of your check.
Oh, sick.
So, the next day. This is now day 4, I think.
It's
officially.
having tea every single night here, so just
Yep,
so
every
you know, I'm
night.
writing it down.
Yep. Do you have enough for this extended?
I've not. It's getting down to the last of his packets.
Okay, fair. So on this 4th day, gets to about that 3 o'clock period where thinking about kind of stopping for the day's travel and looking around, either hunting or there are a couple that immediately look to Maven, where it's just like you have the equivalent of you have the bone broth tonight. Like you can do all of that for meal tonight. So no one is like, we're hungry. Would you please give us some more? But they are kind of like, are we doing that again? Or
I mean, we'll do it
looking
again.
around?
I think for...
Or are you saving that for the next day after that?
I would like to save that for when we really, really need it. Okay. So I think that we should all go out again and forage.
Okay. So somebody roll me a survival check. Flat for the group. They've done this a couple nights now. Plus, with the mist, disadvantage, so it makes it a flat. I need one person, survival, who's leading the roll.
11.
Woo.
11. All right. So, Callan. Everyone is moving in the line. Not sure where communication broke down, but at a certain point, it's getting to probably within an hour of like getting dark. And all of a sudden you look to your left and let's say Viet's in the middle and then there's civilians between and then you on the outside and another one in, and then there's another row on the outside. You look to your left and all of a sudden the tiefling man who was there just a second ago is nowhere. And it's not like you heard anything. You just assume he probably the mist every now and then gets a little thicker and it gets hazier to see someone, and then all of a sudden it thins a bit and much clearer. You can wait a moment, or do you just kind of look to your right and just be like, hey, I'm going to move a little bit further out?
Yeah, I'll kind of adjust my position to, try to see if I can catch sight of him.
Okay. So you start to move out. Roll me a perception check. Disadvantage.
9.
9. Still don't see anything. Can't see him.
All right.
You're just losing sight of the woman who is just to your right. Can't quite see her now.
Okay. I will try to, as quietly as I can, still have her hear me. Say I lost sight of the other guy. I'm checking further this way.
Okay. So you just quietly kind of whisper that out. Just stage whisper, just
Yeah. But
and
keep trying until she hears
yeah,
me.
and you can, and she's like, okay, don't go too far. All right, so you're peeling off a little bit. She relays that message down. Viet next to you, all of a sudden you hear, Callan lost sight of Jobin. He's just going to fan out a little bit to see if he can find him. And then you can relay that if you want to.
Mm-hmm. Am I seeing him?
Viet will tell her to let's shift, and he'll take her spot, and then he'll start shifting down the line until...
Okay, so you just basically
Yep.
rotate. Yep. Okay.
Could I
So-
wild shape? Oh, sorry.
If you'd like to,
Yeah.
you can hear some of this, absolutely. But if you want a wild shape, you can. What are you thinking?
I was thinking I would wild shape into a hawk. So maybe my perception would be better. I could
You
see.
get advantage on perception.
Yeah. So I was
Okay.
thinking.
So
I
you
warned
hear
someone that I'm
somebody's
doing
lost, and you let anybody know, or are you just doing this?
Yeah, I say I'll try to find them. Who is it? And try to get
Yeah,
basic
Jobin.
information.
So yeah,
Okay.
you all hear that. Even Callan, you a little bit further out now, hear that too, and then you hear the sound of a hawk just go flying up.
All right.
Roll me
that
another perception with disadvantage there, Callan. Maven, you can do one with advantage because you are getting above some of the mist cover.
I have a spell I'd like to use whenever.
Yeah,
That's
tell me what you're
opportune.
thinking.
I have locate object, so I would try to locate his clothes or something. What I saw him wearing before.
You've seen him several. Yeah, he might have a pendant on his cloak, or you know enough about this individual. You've seen him. You've been hunting with him. You can think of an object. So absolutely, Maven, what'd you get with advantage?
24.
24. Okay, so you start to fly up over. Callan, you take the moment, focus, and you just feel it. Kind of, you can point in that direction. You start to move in that direction, and within a few moments, all of a sudden, you'll see him kind of crouched next to a tree. There is no animal sounds.
There's a dog in the distance.
There's a dog in the distance. He's just cradling it.
Just so excited.
He's been lost. And you'll see that, and immediately, all of a sudden, he'll look at you, and he'll just kind of point to like his ear, and then kind of out.
Okay,
It's-
so
Just as this is happening, like we're getting to that dark. It's getting, because you got to stretch this out just a little bit, looking, and the light, and Maven, you can see this, like the sun is setting. You zoom in your eyes on a valley covered in this mist and fog. And you can see the outline, what looks like maybe one or two little buildings poking up out of the mist.
Good to know. Good to know.
Callan, as it starts to get a little darker, all of a sudden you start to hear some screams in the far distance.
Which
And
direction?
he's just looking at you. Jobin's looking at you with eyes just big. And he's just like, you hear that, right?
Yeah. So which direction?
From here, it'd be slightly like to the west, away from where the river runs.
Right. Away from camp and such?
Yep. So, camp is straight east because you guys were doing your like fanning out.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of to the northwest is where you hear the screaming.
Okay. Gee, I wish I could signal someone like Maven. And let them know what I hear. Do I see anything that way peculiar?
Just mist and a few trees, stuff like that.
Okay.
And it's distant. It doesn't feel like it's coming closer or anything like that.
Hey, what do you say, Jobin? You want to go check it out?
He kind of looks at you. Roll me a persuasion check. He looks like, what?
26.
He just, yeah. We should probably check that out. He kind of just then looks in the direction and, all right, let's go.
Well, okay, so we're not looking for game at this point. We're checking out some other thing going on. So I'm gonna yell back the direction that like Viet and the rest were and say, "Hey, we found something. We're gonna go check it out."
Yeah, all of the people on the ground hear this. Maven, you can't, but you see what I said.
Right.
So, and then I kind of hope Viet would want to scoot up there and check in with me, and I'd check in with him about like scouting it out.
How far down the chain is Viet at this point? Switching with people.
You said you were in the middle, so you rotated one person, and then it would have been Callan. So you can hear it quite clearly, and you can kind of fix in on
further
this.
down. Yep, it was going to switch and switch and switch until he was down the chain. But so Callan was next. Okay.
Yep.
So Callan or Viet will turn to the lady that he displaced and back to camp. Take the line and go back to camp.
Okay. And she kind of starts to move off.
And go over to where Viet is. Quiet. Quiet, tame fool. Yes, to Callan. Quiet, tame fool.
There's screams over there.
Now that you're closer, you can hear them now. They almost sound like a mixture of hysterical, kind of just crazy screams, but also almost animalistic. Sound human, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's us that needs to worry about noise discipline at this point, so let's go check it out.
All right.
What do you think?
Jobin's like, yeah, we should probably do this.
And
yeah.
This is the end of the line? Are there more people off on the right?
It's right now. It's Callan and Jobin, the tiefling man, and he's just we should.
Jobin is
Maven
fired up
doing
for this
Skywatch
mission.
right now.
Where is Lady of Thorns?
Or however hawks sound.
I don't know if I noticed that she was
just
a bird.
for timing's sake. All of a sudden, Maven comes down and lands, finding hearing the non-quiet people. She can zoom in on the sound and lands about 20 feet off in the mist, and then comes towards all of you. You can hear the distant screams too.
Does it sound like us?
Nope, sounds like the direction of that potential town you saw.
Great. Well, that's a problem for another day. Good night. I'm kidding.
How far away is this? How far away is this town?
From the looks of what you saw, probably in this mist and all that, maybe like a mile deeper into the valley.
Okay.
If we can hear their
That
screams
will
from a
lead-
mile away, that's bad.
Viet will nod and get his warhammer, and he'll start take off in that direction. So.
All right. Can we get word back to the camp and whoever's
I can go.
taking charge there of what we're doing so they know?
Jobin kind of like, he's like, I'm more than willing to come with, but if you need someone to let the others know, I'm happy to let them know that you're going to check things out.
How
Oh,
far
no,
are we
I
from-
wouldn't want you to miss this, buddy. Yeah.
How far
I mean-
are we from camp?
100 yards, roughly.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No.
Okay. I will go back, but I will wild shape and meet back with you guys. So,
That works.
Jobin, you can stay with them if you want. I just need to go back for a second.
I mean, if you're going back, I guess I should stay, but I'm just saying.
I'll join back up. So if you want to stay with them,
Yeah, no, I'll stay. I'm good. Like, he looks at Cal and he's like, we're good.
Right, Jobin, we're not going to deny you this opportunity. I can see how eager you are to go. So,
Yeah, no,
yeah, don't even worry about it.
Of course.
Yeah.
it's everything you've ever dreamed of. All right. And with that, I
Head back.
head back to camp. Yeah.
So you get back to camp. You see Leo is there standing, talking to a few different of the hunters that kind of came back, and they're telling him what's going on. He's like, all right. And he's starting to like, all right, just let's set a perimeter. Let's keep an eye out, and then you, in what form are you showing up in?
I am human. I'm going to wild shape to catch up with them if they are heading off without me, which is totally fine. I don't blame you if you do. But I come up to Leo and I ask him if he's ready
What?
for whatever's coming out of that mist.
Kind of looks around and there might be a kid slightly back. Just Leo is like,
Ready?
honestly, I'm as ready as I can be. I'll lay down my life for these people.
I put my hand on his shoulder, and my other hand across my heart, and I thank him. I say thank you for everything.
Haven't done anything.
You have been the intermediary between all of these people and us, people that I still barely know. So, and part of that's by choice. No time for jokes. Anyway, if we don't come back for whatever reason, and
Make as much
sunrise
noise
hit-
as possible.
when sunrise hits, go as
Right.
fast as you can.
Did you find Jobin?
We did. We found Jobin. He's coming with us. I'm grabbing some extra weapons. I'm going to be doling those out. I did collect all of the makeshift knives from the children, and I am doling those back out, just in case. And I have them come all around, and I say, "Okay, everybody, remember these." And I hold up the stained glass knife, now wrapped in some of the tattered pieces of my undercloak.
As you're kind of doing all this quickly,
Mm-hmm.
as you finish up and you see the one kid, maybe more than the others, is ready. Like they're seem a little worried, but at the same time, the whole group is kind of still got leadership there, and there's people that they're looking to. You see, just as you're about to leave, Leo shake Murdoch's hand, just kind of shake his head, and then come back to you. He's like, let's get going.
Leo or Murdoch says that?
Leo.
You're coming with me.
I'm responsible for these people, correct?
As far as I know.
As far as you just said. That being said, one of my men are still out there. He'll come back and I'll take his place then. Murdoch will keep watch.
Okay.
Take my responsibility seriously, ma'am.
And I respect that. I have one more thing to do, and I will meet you on the perimeter of camp.
He just kind of, as he takes like a half a step, and then he's like, just no more sharp things for Max. And just steps away a little bit.
Well, too bad, because that's exactly what's about to happen.
He walks a little bit away and kind of just waits.
So I come up to Max.
He's like, hey, how's it going?
Hey, kiddo. So, all right, listen.
I get it. Say no more.
I'm going to say
Ready?
a little more.
Let's go.
No. Okay. As much as I think you would
and
be
me, stealth mission, we follow them, we kill anything that comes between them and us.
I do love your enthusiasm, but I need you here because you were the only one, and I lean in.
Are you trying to sideline me?
I'm telling you, you're the only one I trust to take care of these kids. Come on. Who here can wield a knife better than you?
Well, no one.
Oh, exactly. Who is going to protect the weakest and the crybabiest?
Me, unless we have to leave them for the strength of the
Of course,
group.
yes, that goes without saying. Yeah,
Okay, good.
Of course, Max.
I thought I was just making sure this was the test. Like, and I.
You got it. You win. You passed the test, but I have something for you for this very special mission. Okay.
Okay.
And I
I'm
pull
listening.
out of my cloak a Celtic letter opener that I got a few episodes ago.
Okay.
And I press the
Hilt.
hilt into his palm, and I say, now I'm going to come back for this. This is not for keeps. This is a loan. But if anything happens, you have my permission to use this at your discretion. No hurting us in the group. That's a promise. You need to promise me that right now or I'm taking it back.
I cannot use this to hurt anyone in the group.
Yes, you can.
I can. I can hurt people in the group with this.
No, I meant you can use it to hurt people, just not people in the group.
Yeah, right. I promise not to hurt anyone in the group with this.
Thank you. Or anything else that I gave you.
What? Details.
Or anything else that you made. Just for zombies. Anything with green eyes, go crazy.
What if they're aggressive but no green eyes?
I'm gonna say until their eyes turn green, no stabbing.
What if it's a bear?
Okay, if it's a mad bear, yes.
Wolf.
Is it friendly?
Aggressive squirrel.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Use a throwing knife.
Okay. So,
Totally tell
at
me.
my discretion, but do not hurt the group.
Yes. No humans unless they're zombies. Wild animals for eating only.
Perfect. Either way, you'll be back, right? Right? Say, I promise, you'll be back. Promise?
I put my hand on the hilt and I say, I promise.
All right. They will be here awaiting a return, safe and sound.
I'm going to hold you to that.
You can.
And
There
you
might
listen.
be one or
if-
two weak links we got to remove, but we also discussed that.
We did, but do your best to make sure they're all still here.
Right. No, I will 100% help them until they do we're moving and we're running away and then they fall and then they give me that look of like, and instead of just getting up and coming with us, they just look for help. I cut them off. Like they are the sacrifice.
Any other time, this would be a learning moment, but I do actually agree with that.
That's good.
So-
That's good.
You report to Murdoch. Okay?
I
So
don't feel like he's going to be on page with all this.
you just report to him if there's trouble.
Do I report to him as a show? But
Yes.
really, I'm in charge.
Sure.
There. He immediately just kind of nods, walks over to Mert, and he's like, so, what are we doing here there, boss? Looks back at you.
I love this kid so much. I'm gonna adopt him when we get to and I just shake my head and smile in that direction, and I'm like, oh well, now I have to come back. All right. You can't break a pinky promise. I mean, we didn't pinky promise, but close enough.
You swore on a hilt of a dagger.
I know. So with that, I wave goodbye to the kids and to everybody, and I join Leo ready to head out.
All right. You head out. A lot of waves. One very creepy, just... and Murdet just looking down for a moment, just... and as you walk into the mist, he's going to be problems. You know that, right? Like, okay, good. Just want to make sure. So, yeah, after a few moments, Maven and Leo will rejoin the group that's waiting, and immediately Leo will look to Jobin and just like, head back. And he's like, no, I'm coming with. We've got this. He's like, I understand. They need you back there to protect. Keep an eye on Max. He's armed. and he's like, oh,
I
okay.
trust him.
He's like, 100% he's trusted. Keep an eye on Max. And yeah, he's just like, all right. And yeah, he just takes off into the mist at kind of a quick pace, you know, just like, all right, yeah.
Oh God, Max has another weapon.
Yeah. And then just kind of standing there, Leo looks at all of you like, all right, so what are we checking out? And as he kind of says that, you hear a new fresh scream in the distance.
That
sounds horrible.
Uh-huh. It's gonna be fun.
Good. No, I'm looking forward to it. Onward and forward.
While Maven was talking to Leo, I want to borrow the white rope from Maven without her noticing.
Oh, no,
Okay,
stealing.
roll me a sleight of hand check. Maven, what is your passive perception?
My passive perception is that's a great question, buddy. Passive perception is a 15.
Okay.
I rolled a 10.
Ooh.
So, as you're kind of explaining, like, to Leo of like, yeah, those screams, they are horrible. All of a sudden, right as you feel something kind of going into like one of your belts, you know, and all of a sudden you see Leo's eyes get big too and start to look down towards your waist. And
the last person who touched me there.
By the way, Callan,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
just for the roll.
Oh, I love this.
By a rat.
You take 2 piercing as all of a sudden your hand gets bit, and out from the bag, a rat sticks its head out and is just like,
Hey! I was just
the last person who touched me like that had to buy me dinner first.
I just wanted
and
to
she's
borrow
not
it.
cheap. You hear that in your head, Maven.
Oh, like you ever paid.
And he's like, really? Really?
Okay, I guess we're even.
Yeah, darn right we are.
Ouch. Can Maven,
Have you?
Yes.
is your rat
There's a rat
insane?
looking at you going,
Well, at least he's eating well.
We'll just quietly hand a cracker over.
he'll slowly, as he's eating, just go into the bag.
Okay, sorry. I'm
Dwarvish.
sorry.
Eat up, little one.
I'm sorry, Maven. I didn't think you would mind. I'll trade you for this knotted white rope that I got from Master Adrenor.
Just tell me you want to borrow it. You can borrow it.
Oh,
We're
really?
buddies. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Are you gonna tie me up? Because you really got to buy me dinner before that.
Head comes back out.
No, but I'd like to also give back this little mouse bite that I just got too.
No, you can keep that. Unless you want to bite him.
Maybe. Okay. I've got the rope. I won't. I won't get myself in any more trouble here.
Well, hey, I'll look over at Callan. Like, hey, is there anything else you wanted? I mean, we share a bag.
Mhm.
Is there anything else you need?
By the way, Maven, as you like reach down, like, yeah, if you want the rope, you can have the rope, and you start to pull the rope out. There is some resistance on it, and it's just like it's he doesn't fight you too hard, but he's just kind of no, you know.
No, nothing else. It'd be nice if we had those earrings that we had before, but
I've got one.
oh well. What?
I've got two. I have yours.
You do?
Yeah. Here, we should actually probably be able to get in contact with each other.
That's a great idea.
I feel like you're trying to pull the wool over my eyes. I don't say this in character. This is me. I smell it. I smell what you're cooking. But I'm going to give you the earring because I know you're going to call Sorba. I know it.
Oh.
Spoiler
Only the
alert.
control one can do sending.
Oh, good. I give you the not control one.
Okay.
No, Theobald has the control earring now.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, so we can talk to him at least.
If he's within a mile.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the earring. Oh, wow. Did you have anything else in mind?
Well, the baby chick went with Theo when he went on his honeymoon or whatever.
Oh, I almost forgot about the baby chick.
I named him Callan too.
We brought new life into this world.
Truly. I wanted to
Together
bring
as
him
a
with me.
team.
That's our baby. I think they had him
You
for...
gave that one away too.
Yep. Oh, no. Deep cuts. Deep cuts. Ah.
Okay.
Too soon.
It's been 20 years.
Raw subject. Let's just keep scouting.
But yeah, if you need anything else, I don't think I have anything else with talons, but I'm gonna check my character sheet. But
Yeah,
we
but
can
if-
move on.
You
Taking
don't.
the lead, moving out, casting. Yeah, not casting anything yet. But it's going to try to move quietly and stealthily to about within a half mile of this village or town or whatever this is.
All
I
right.
don't
So
know.
if you're moving quietly, roll me a stealth.
Would it be a 14?
14. All right. So pace is slowed because you're trying to be quiet as you kind of sneak upon it, and this goes on for quite a little bit. The mist both is hard to pinpoint the sound. You know it's that direction, but really find it, and so it goes into the night. Later and later. You'd guess you're closer, probably in that half a mile, but it's been a couple hours now of
To get a
quietly
half a
traveling.
mile?
The mist is really weird here.
All right.
I mean, it's
Are we in
full dark.
Ravenloft?
Yep, absolutely.
Great. Within a half mile, Viet will sit down. Dirt and extending senses and reaching and patting the ground and just kind of feeling out and see if there is anything unnatural within a mile.
Absolutely.
Absolutely something unnatural within a mile.
Within a half mile, you feel a wall.
A wall of something.
Yep.
No, it's not
Can't see
directional.
beyond
I
it.
can't see. Yep, there's no direction.
That way.
I just sense if...
No, that way. Like, it goes out a mile that way, no problem. It goes about a half a mile, and there's a wall. That it just kind of like sonar beacon goes around an arcing wall. Like, that's the direction that the wall is at. That way is back towards camp. There's nothing. You can feel there's a wall, though.
Get back up. Are these the rest of them, Leo and Callan and Maven, anywhere close?
Within reason, yeah. You know exactly where they are.
Okay. He will quietly move up within a quiet voice earshot, and there is being something not natural up ahead. I cannot
Screams are getting louder.
I cannot
More, I mean,
sense what is. I don't feel what is in beyond that. Normally I feel. And he just kind of trails off. He doesn't have a way of explaining this in common, anyway.
How far away is he indicating to?
Towards the city or village or whatever it is.
northwest, yeah.
Half a mile, okay.
We wish to see, yes?
Yes.
If we stick together, I can help us. And he's going to dig through his pouch and get the ashes out. Yok Chimney. Start radiating that silence and those shadows from him.
Pass without trace.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, absolutely. So everyone has a plus 10 to their stealth. Moving forward. Everyone roll stealth with
Shield
plus 10.
out. Shield and Warhammer.
Ooh, good roll for Leo.
Shield and his fancy light.
31.
Ooh, nice.
Plus 10, baby.
Yeah.
22.
32 for Callan.
21.
Okay.
Put the
You
Warhammer.
are-
I'm going to get my fancy light hammer out.
Okay. You definitely feel, and probably that awareness you can feel, like it really gave you a direction to hone in on as you all quietly move. Takes a couple more, like still a good hour or two.
Oh,
But-
well, my pass without trace only lasts an hour. So
I get that. But you all move quietly. And then you get to a road that just suddenly there's just a dirt road that you kind of come through the mist and the forest and everything, and suddenly there's a break in the trees. The mist is still there, but there's a dirt road. And you can feel still that direction, and you start to follow it a little bit quietly, and there's a large door, like to a town, gated. Inside,
still
you
hear
can
the
still hear the
screams?
screams. You can hear yelling. It's inside sounds kind of crazy.
Callan, is it the wall scalable to we can check over it and take a peek, or
If you'd like to, you can try.
I think Callan will try to take a peek, and if it looks anything like we left Dragonlock, there's not much we can do here,
Mm-hmm.
is his sentiment. So yes,
Same.
wants to scale up the wall and take a peek.
Who wants to all scale?
I will.
yeah, we'll wait at the base.
Leo wants to take a look. So everyone roll me athletics.
All right, Viet, give me a boost. I'm just kidding.
Yep. Yep. Viet would totally give anybody a boost.
Mhm.
A help action, if you would.
8?
18.
Or 18, okay.
It's a 13.
13. Okay. So, Callan, you have a lot less problems. Maven, even with the boost, and Leo seem to start to have troubles, and they're not making a lot of progress. There's a lot of ivy that is growing like roots around this wall, and like everyone they seem to grab starts to rip away.
That's just being my nose.
Yeah, and
That's just my ear.
Callan, you get about halfway up. I need you to roll me another check.
Okay. Second acrobatics check is a natural
No,
20 for 23.
Athletics. Both
That
were
was-
supposed to be athletics. It's
Gotcha.
climbing.
Athletics is a 22.
Okay. Good. You get finally to the top. You can't see them. They're covered in mist. Inside, you look. You just see mist. You are peeking just on the top of a wall, just outside the mist, it feels like. And all you see is a valley in front of you.
Valley.
And more mist covering it. There is
Does
no
he-
up here, there's no noise.
It's an illusion.
I will relay my findings and just yell it like uncautiously.
Yep. None of you hear it. The screams are too loud.
Okay. Did you hear me?
Do you actually do that?
Yeah.
Hey, table talk.
I think Callan would waste a
Just did
lot
it.
of time.
They just
Like-
did it.
I
He's
know.
He's up there. Caw, caw,
Caw, tookie, tookie.
hey!
Hey, you guys. Yeah. You don't hear it.
And then at
Drop
some
pebbles over the
point,
down the wall.
You can see, though, Callan, it looks like the first hints of light are starting to come.
first hints of light are starting to come.
Yep, sunrise is moments away.
Okay.
This took a lot longer than you were even felt like. I mean, but traveling that mist and fog, it's weird sometimes.
How far down into this valley does it look like it is? How far up did I scale so far?
Okay, what it felt like you climbed was maybe 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, like from your perch, I mean, a little that like Jack and the Beanstalk feel of like maybe 100, maybe, it's like, oh, that's a hot, it's hot. You can't see the ground. It's just rolling clouds, or mist and fog. And above
Okay.
you, the Aurora Borealis and sunlight just about to peak.
All right. Well, I didn't get any response from anybody down there, and Callan didn't remember that he has the earring that he just got from Maven. So he'll scramble back down and tell everybody what he witnessed.
So everyone down there, he's been gone for a while. And you've shouted up. I mean, you're pretty sure, like 2-3 hours. Would you guys and every time you start to try to climb, the roots almost start to, the ivy on the wall seems to almost purposely break apart when you grab for it. How long would you wait there? Would you wait until Callan came back, or what would you do?
Fiat would try climbing at that point.
Same thing.
Okay.
Hmm.
Grab some rocks. Try to find some rocks. Throw some rocks up the wall.
There's rocks. Yep. You start throwing them up. Maven?
I don't want to waste my other wild shape for the day. I want to go around the wall to the other side. Or how long is this wall, I guess I should say.
Goes into the fog.
Okay. Ooh.
Viet would try the door.
Yeah.
It's locked.
Good idea.
There's no door handles. It's just shut. And it is covered in ivy and plant growth as well.
He would look at Maven and Leo and pull out his crowbar, kind of shift it into the battering ram and kind of look at them and wait for the go-ahead.
Yeah, Leo is just shaking his head like, yeah, why not? Yeah.
Lady of Thorns?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Viet's going to haul away and try to smash the door.
Roll it with advantage.
$13.
Okay. You start to just, and eventually Leo even grabs one side of it trying to help, and and then all of a sudden Callan starts to scale down the side of the wall. Callan, it hasn't been long, obviously, like as we described, and you come down.
It's pretty weird up there. On the other side, it was like a vast valley, and I didn't hear any screams at all.
Shift
guys-
You were up there
battering
forever.
ram back into crowbar form, pull out the dwarven dynamic rod into a maul. Show me your eyes.
Oh, again with the show me your eyes.
You've been gone for many hours, Callan.
I was up there yelling at you guys. How could you not hear me? It wasn't that far.
We were yelling at you.
Yeah,
I didn't.
repeatedly.
I didn't hear you.
Just then, as you're all having this conversation, the first light of sunrise hits, and then you hear the door opens up, and in front of you see the road continue on a bright valley. There is no fog, there is no mist, and it leads down maybe 100 yards. There's farmland and a small town. The screams, everything is stopped.
I think we should
Just-
book it back to town.
There's a small
Or not to
windmill.
town.
Camp.
Oh, go on. Sorry.
Nope. It's just a lovely scene as the sunrise is showing this town not covered in mist beyond this doorway.
We should book it back to camp and bring everyone here. Some sort of
I'm not-
illusory spell.
I'm not liking this place.
Everyone roll me a wisdom save.
Okay.
Oh, Leo too. 5 for you.
20.
Okay. 20.
11.
11. So Maven and Leo, all of you feel it. But imagine the call of something that is searching hungrily, but not in an aggressive way, in like a harmful way, of just like searching for a hero, someone worthy, a beckoning to those who are worthy, who are heroes, to come. Viet, Callan, both of you, like as you're saying, like, yeah, we should probably head back. And all of a sudden you just feel it. And it is the feeling like suddenly the sun is upon you and you feel like pure goodness is shining on you. And that is the call that is coming. Maven, you feel the exact same thing, except it's not taking you by the short hairs and guiding you that way. And Leo is the same way. He kind of, you see him straighten his back and look over his shoulder. Viet and Callan have turned and they're like, guys, we should really check this out before we leave. And they start walking. Leo is like you can see him kind of bathing in that sunlight of whatever that is, but he's not moving like you're not. Sirs, Viet, Callan, like, we should stick together. Like, and he looks to you, Maven. What do we do? That it doesn't feel dangerous, but
That's probably why it is dangerous. Right?
and
I
you
don't
kind
trust
of-
good things
yeah,
anymore.
and you both kind of like look at the setting as Callan and Viet are walking down the path, and look to the like just the mist and the woods on the other. He's like, isn't that kind of par for the course probably right now?
Oh, this way lies glorious purpose. Can't you feel it?
No, I can't.
Oh,
I mean, I can, but look.
Viet is muttering under his breath, today is a good day, today is a good day, today is a good day.
Oh, hold on. I didn't roll. Nope. Okay, a little rat jumps out of your bag and just starts trailing behind them.
Oh, God.
He's here. Why not?
Now I have to go.
we should prime the way for such hardy folk as will go. And yes, bring more to come find fame and acclaim beyond these doors together.
So you know, Callan, I'm not saying you can't flavor it that way. It does not feel like that. It feels more like, I guess the best way I can describe it is the call of Excalibur looking for the hero who could pull it from the stone. Like that kind of purity in purpose of like, I'm looking for a hero.
An individual, and you are the individual.
Yeah, you could be it.
Mm-hmm.
There's something
that's
about
totally
you
me.
that is attuned to whatever I'm wanting.
That's totally me. Come on.
That's right. That's why it's like, you're not wrong, but you know, like you can flavor it that way still, because those might be part of the things that are with Callan. But just so you know the type of message you're getting.
Right. Is my will taken over at this point as
No,
far as that?
it's still you.
Okay.
You just can't help but go to town.
Oh, then I go to town.
I picked my stupid little rat up and put him back in my bag.
Okay. He is just kind of.
Wait. Oh, wait. I want to cast a spell.
Okay.
I want to cast Dispel Magic.
What?
If that does anything.
On what?
On the rat.
Oh, sure.
Mhm.
Cast.
Okay. Boop. I did it.
I did it. Roll me an Arcana check.
Like the boop in there too.
Boop.
I did it. Ooh, that's a 7.
Oh, okay. You still felt it happened. You feel the energy, the magic hit him.
Mhm.
And you just see it. He looks up at you and he's like, seriously, what's the problem? Don't you feel it?
I do feel it. I just don't trust good things anymore because, I mean, hello. And again, I just point up to the Aurora Borealis.
What Aurora Borealis?
Oh, God. There's no Aurora Borealis here.
Not inside.
We gotta go get the camp. We gotta bring them here. And then we can go. And I call out to Callan and I call out to Viet. And I say, look, I know you guys want to go in here, but we need to bring the others with us. We can't leave them behind.
Daruk's like, there's no... Then go back, but whatever's here is good and it needs us.
And it can wait 10 minutes.
Can it?
Yes.
Do you feel that?
Yes. How long has this waited?
We don't.
Then it can
Do
wait a
you
little
know?
longer.
Do you know?
No, I don't know. I'm going to do what we said we would do.
Okay.
Leo, are you with me?
Leo is just kind of like looking at you like, are you okay? Because you're having a conversation with a rat. And he's also looking down towards Callan and Viet, who keep kind of, come on, and just moving that way. And he's like, I honestly don't know what to do. I'll stay with them. I'll come with, I don't know. They're not in their right mind. We can't leave them alone, even if it is to go get everyone else.
Then you stay here and make sure they don't leave.
I have a feeling that's not going to be an issue. And he just kind of points in their direction, like, come on, guys, come on. Like, you know.
Viet takes off his boots and casts Long Strider so he can walk faster.
Oh, he is moving.
Yeah, we'll get in here and prime the welcoming committee or whatever they have waiting for us, and make sure it's all comfy for when you bring everyone here.
We're gonna so regret this, but okay. I'm gonna go back to camp, and I'm gonna bring them here. And I might regret that decision very much.
And Leo just kind of like, I'll keep them. I will keep them safe. You have my life on it.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
And Daruk is trying to weasel out of your grasp.
I look at Daruk. I pull him out of my bag. I say, if I leave you here, will you behave?
I have no idea. I don't know if I have that kind of freedom. But we should go, like, that's the way I want to go. And I don't know how this works.
I'm going to put you on this man's shoulder. And if you end up back in my bag...
What are you doing with the rat?
So, Leo, meet Daruk. Daruk, meet Leo. He's really interested in what's going on in this here area. And he won't shut the hell up about it. So I'm going to leave him with you.
You turn in, Dan. That makes sense. You can talk to them. That does. Okay.
Yep. He's great. He likes crackers. Don't let Viet eat him, please.
Okay.
We were married once. It's complicated. Anyway, I'll see you in a little bit, and I go towards camp.
Okay. And he just kind of pats the Daruk on the head, and Daruk goes and takes off. You head back out and into the mist and heading back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I feel like I should.
Yep. I get you. Viet, Callan, you make your way to town. As you get to town, you get closer. You'll see people are just kind of starting.
Walk and trying to out speed walk.
You'll see people just kind of starting the day. You'll see a couple people coming outside their homes. You'll see it's the farms on the outside coming to the middle where all the buildings are, and it's kind of got that feel of like a wheel in the very middle as you get closer, and like this road now opens up into cobblestone heading to the middle of town. And you get to the middle of town in this rush. And there you see a large tree, a cypress tree, that has been cut down and has fallen. And embedded into the stump where you can see the tree with the last, swipe of the axe hit and downed this large tree that is blocking some of the thoroughfare and is just huge. You see and you can feel the beacon is the axe. And see many people kind of just the few people who are out here and looking around. You see everyone kind of checking everything out, and everybody gives you the stink eye as they see you walk into town.
Uh-oh.
Welcome to Cyprus. And this is where we're going to leave off tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I can't wait till next time when we come back and rejoin here in Cyprus, and what amazing, awesome adventures could be potentially waiting.
Danger.
But
Yes.
next time we all rejoin, next Friday, we are going to be doing something a little different. We've kind of got off our rhythm of having kind of an off game every now and then. And our own Chris is going to be taking the helm on this next Friday. Chris, do you want to...
So, it's nearing dusk when you arrive. Worn and exhausted, warily tracking the flickering lonesome campfire on the eastern ridge overlooking a small dark valley already in shadow. The weary forest of old, overgrown trees and tangled thorny brambles choking the valley below is eerily silent in the oppressive muggy heat. The light of the sun blazes scarlet behind swirling storm clouds as it sinks below the western lip of the valley, raging but impotent to hold either the storm or the night at bay. You arrive singly, but nearly simultaneously at the small campfire, and each of you immediately recognizes the aged crone. Sitting on her stool at the fire, a battered copper tea kettle swung out over the fire, already hissing steam. Next week, we're going to pick up with a one-shot with a couple of guest players joining us, and everyone is playing a variation of the witch subclasses. I have no idea what spurred why we would want to play witches. I don't know what inspired that.
Which one?
From the Complete Witch supplement, the definitive version.
The definitive.
We figured that out. Complete Witch definitive version supplement from Mage Hand Press that I got off of Drive-Thru RPG. So we are looking forward to trying this out in a one-shot. It's pretty cool subclasses, a little more complex than your standard classes, but everybody's excited about this. I'm excited about this, so we hope to see you there.
That'll be awesome. I can't wait. So until next Friday, thank you all for joining us. Hope you all have a great week. I am DM Scott, and with me as always,
Killian.
And Mick.
Chris.
have a great week, everyone.
Bye.